Want to get great abs like a glute tab? Absolutely great abs without doing the typical crunches? Okay, I'll show you from my Yogi Pilates method. This is one where you're doing this plank, and this is really good, not only to stretch the hips, but also to get your best abs, especially when we do the functional, the natural moves that I include in my natural Yogi Pilates. So from here, this is one of the moves that I teach you. One, I didn't invent it, it's called the crab reach. And yes, I have my own variations, of course. And switch. And there's my sister. Hello. I'm Monica, she's Christina. 2, since you guys love the mirror fit art. 3 and 4. You see, that's not a typical crunch, and it really works your abs. Look at this now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and keep making progress here. And 1 and 2 and 3. Wait a minute. And 4. Oh gosh, I just did a variation there. I wasn't really focused, but let's keep going. So that's one of the main positions that I have noticed that people don't use very much in their training, is to do this kind of plank. Standing up, like face up plank. And from this face up plank, we can do so much. We can walk forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and again. All right, and keep going. Let me have a little modification so you can see me, and I'll show you some of the variations. Okay, so we were walking like a catwalk. Let's do a variation of that with our hands here. And come up and go. And 2. For me, it's really much easier to do it in very open spaces like outdoors. But you know, once you get the hang of it, you know you have to do the opposite leg and arm. Really? And this works for abs? Oh yeah. Look, got my best abs from doing this type of training. As I teach you also, you can get great abs from my 18 secret keys to your best abs. So check out the link below, and if I didn't put it for some reason or another, no excuses, just DM me and I'll give it to you, because I talk about everything. Everything that you can eat, drink, even sleep in order to get your best abs, your best core that is functional, that is attractive, and that is strong. And sometimes you want flat abs, right? Most of the time we do, and most of the time you can get them. So yeah, I have so many variations of this. And my kettlebells here, kettlebells also work really great, and I teach you that in other videos. And I also talk about it. Oh, I'm gonna do get-ups for another video, so be sure to subscribe. Where's the subscription? Here, I think. Oh gosh, I have to learn that part. I know, 9 years on YouTube, but things are changing, and I gotta sing and be happy and stand for freedom and everything that I'm about. The more real, the more authentic, the more genuine I am, you know, the more polarizing I am. More people love me, and then some people just don't want to love me. That's okay too. So yeah, I'm just telling you a little bit about myself. And yes, you know, the typical planks that we're taught that we can do, like, I mean, this is not a plank, but this is like a preparation for a plank. This is beast mode, okay, here. Maybe if I have this a little further, you'll see it better. All right, so you go from hands and knees, you know, like I love to work my glutes this way, and I gotta practice some more of that. But even when we do that in glute tab, you see, it may seem silly to some people, but first of all, it really works with more reps. But you know what's working here? Your core, and not just your rectus abdominis, your internal and external obliques, but also the transversus abdominis, and you know, your back muscles like the erector spinae that run along your spine, and so much more that I could talk to you about in future videos, like I said. And also, you can join my community, so be sure to ask me about that. You can DM me and check out my new things like TikTok. Right now when I'm making this video, I'm excited. This is my second week on TikTok, and I'm just having so much fun. Monica Fit Plant Power. You can follow me there, and on my new Instagram that I'm creating, that you also have the previous one and one that got suspended. You know, I don't care. I'm just going to keep on going because I am always standing for freedom. So I could give you many ideas. Okay, like I said, you know, you can go from here into the beast mode, and from here you can do this switch, 1 and 2, and I have many variations like that. Let me just do more, 3 and 4. All right, I gotta do it towards you now. Did I bring my glasses to know how much time? Yeah, about 5 minutes. We still have plenty of time. And okay, so sometimes I forget how it's called because in animal flow kind of classes, they have a name for this, something like switch. Gotta remember the name. Just like sometimes in yoga, I forget the exact names. But you know what I'm doing now? In TikTok, on Insta, and even YouTube and Facebook, I am sharing with you the typical things that we do in our, let's say I'm bathing the dogs, or I'm taking care of the plants. You know, just regular activities in which you actually do use all this, and your abs again, because this is why I made this video, for you to know that you make great abs without necessarily doing crunches. They're okay. Curls are okay, and yes, I still believe in the traditional, but I haven't done traditional abs in I don't know how many years, and I have the best abs I've ever had, honestly. Not that I want to show off and, you know, the ego thing, but seriously, I'm grateful because I finally achieved the abs that I like. And that's why I share it with you, because, you know, I may be selfish in that, hey, they're waiting for me, and I'm like, okay, I got to make my video because this is something that I'm passionate about. But I won't be, you see, this is what I was going to show you next. This is typical, right? You see these planks, the side plank, and this, and many variations that I teach you. This is like, and of course, I like to teach you step 1, 2, and 3. I like to have always 3 levels in my natural yogi laddis, okay? So this is an example. You could start here as your side plank, level 1, level 2, and then level 3, and then of course, there's so many more levels, so many more levels, and just exciting things for you to try. Did I do both sides? I think I did, yeah, okay. Anyway, if I missed it, I'll do it later. 1, at level 1, level 2, was that level 2? No. Level 1 was like, ta-da. Level 2 is this actually straightening up your bottom leg, and then level 3 is like here, and then you can point it, and ta-da, and many variations. And this is one of the things that I like to do in my classes, is have fun with the flow. So you go side, down, and up, and these are just some of the favorites. And yes, always stretch, always stretch. And obviously yoga, you know this one, which is the Balasana or child's pose. Balasana, Balasana, Balasana. Feels so good. Cat-cow pose also works. And one of the tricks that I teach you in the 18 Secret Keys to Your Best Abs is to actually be conscious and aware of your abs. And not just how they look, but how they actually hold your body. Okay, like one of the things that I'm practicing the most is, okay, from real life, even though I did lunges for my training, you know, typical lunges, you know, I'll do things like this because I realize that sometimes I'll be super fit, but it's still kind of, you know, not anymore because I'm practicing this, but yeah, I was getting some rigidity. I wasn't as flexible. And yes, there's so much more because you're never done. Like a creative person is never done working. We're always creating. If you're a creator, and most people, we are creators. You're a creator. Just like God created you, you can create whatever you want, you know, especially when it comes to your body, your mindset, your spirit set, and the life that you want. And I want to help you with that as well. So, like 9 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to make it about 11 minutes. So I'm going to be here 2 more minutes. Not because I just want to stay here, but because I want to make sure that I gave you enough examples of all the moves that we can do for great abs And one of the things that we take for granted is the stretching, you know, especially if you've been wanting to have less fat, more muscle, which is obviously fundamental even for your greatest abs, for them to be defined. You know, we leave stretching for last. It's like, oh, forget it. That doesn't burn as many calories. It doesn't burn fat. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that we've made as instructors and especially as students, okay? Because usually the instructors, we're very structured, especially a Virgo like me. I'm like teaching you the warm-up, then the cardio, the resistive, or whichever order, you know, and I did a lot of interval training as I was teaching. But, you know, I would never, ever forget the stretching part at the end, which would be between like 7 to 8, 10 minutes of the cool down. Just like we have a warm-up, we need a cool down. Anyway, might as well do some of this. And so stretching, I'm telling you, is not just for your mobility, for your agility, for your happiness and your joy, but it's also important for your abs. Yes. I'll explain this to you on my podcast. So be sure to subscribe to my podcast. It's called Plant Power Fit Motivation. No excuses. It's in English and Spanish. And yes, you could always DM me and I could always help you. And definitely, whatever you do it with your abs. Like my dad taught me, whatever I did, do it with your heart. Okay, even ballet, which I love. Okay, whatever you do it with your abs. I mean, every time, hold your abs in and pull. Yeah, okay. So thank you. Subscribe, like, share. I love you so much. You are so important to me, and I want to help you out. So let me know and help me help you too, and help others. All right. So yeah, thank you. Share and like.